A plea for Kansans to keep a very close eye on what lawmakers do at the State House this year.
Yeah, that's just one of the many things the governor had to say today during an exclusive interview with KAKE News. She sat down with our own senior political reporter, Pilar Pedraza, for an afternoon interview that ranged from everything from the state's pocketbook to why politics matter.
The governor answered every question I threw at her during our half-hour one-on-one conversation right here in her ceremonial office, including why continue to push for something that so many in leadership have told me is not happening this year.
I've talked to so many people, so many lawmakers, both parties, that have said we don't see this going anywhere this year.
Look at what we've been spending to not expand Medicaid. Those are real dollars. Every time the legislature takes Medicaid expansion out of my budget, we have to insert, $60, $70 million of state general fund, because so many other states have already expanded Medicaid and have years of experience. We know what happens, and all those concerns have been assuaged.
Nobody's using the word deficit yet or budget hole, but there definitely seems to be a growing sense of concern that with the overall economy, the state may be facing a rainy day soon. How does that play into your plans for the state's budget?
Well, I have always looked ahead, and that's why I have been so conservative in my budgeting. Even when we had $3 billion in our ending balance, but I was looking ahead. So all I've been telling the legislature at this point, and I think they're finally they finally looked at the paperwork, is that we can't just keep cutting taxes for the sake of cutting taxes.
What do you think is most important for the Kansan on the street to understand about this legislative session?
I would hope that people on the street will pay really close attention to what happens during this session, and then think back to what promises were made to them during the campaign, and then what actually happened, because it so impacts each of their lives, so much more than what happens in Washington. What happens here makes a whole lot more difference in Scott City, Kansas.
We spoke about a lot more than you saw in that clip, so look for us to share more over the next week on air and online. From the State House, Pilar Pedraza, KAKE News, on your side.